This episode of the WP Minute is brought to you by Pressable. You know what the best hosting feels like? Nothing. No panic alerts, no mystery downtime, no "hey, is the site down?" Slack messages. That's the Pressable experience. WordPress hosting so reliable you forget it's even there. We keep your site fast, secure, and up 100% of the time, so you can get back to building, selling, blogging, or binging cat videos. No judgment, whatever you want to do. Go to Pressable.com/WP Minute and try hosting that disappears in all the right ways. Pressable.com/WP Minute. Pressable.com/WP Minute. Thanks, Pressable, for supporting the show. State of the Word 2025, it's a vibe. WordPress unwrapped its new version 6.9 at the annual State of the Word, hosted by Matt Mullenweg atop a tower in San Francisco this week. A holiday tradition that reminds us of the gift that WordPress is for all involved, from agency owners using it as a backbone of their business to the hobbyist blogger publishing pros. The WordPress community should embrace the success of 2025 because it certainly looked grim back in January. Sadly, the live stream was powered by a lump of coal, so those of us on the outside couldn't enjoy the presentation live, along with our peers that attended in person. Like most of you, I had to catch the replay on YouTube, which was fine, but it did stifle some of that holiday cheer. If Tokyo was the minimal viable product framing State of the Word as Automattic's Apple Day, this year's version was merely a beta release. I can't help but feel like 12-year-old me unwrapping the sweater my Aunt Jane got me for Christmas while my mom poked me in the shoulder, "Hold it up and show everyone," while my brother shot plastic missiles from his new Transformer toy at my face. At least we'll look good in school photos. Here's my thoughts on State of the Word 2025. The presentation. It didn't have that same weight as Tokyo did, maybe because it wasn't on a literal stage or because the live stream kept breaking, but it didn't have that State of the Word feel. It was more like a meetup. When I criticize Automattic for taking the reins as the company behind WordPress, it isn't because I think it's a bad thing. It's because I want them to represent WordPress and our community in the best way possible. This presentation wasn't it. It lacked that pizzazz a release day and capstone event needs. I'm still unsure what the role of the executive director of WordPress actually is. Maybe it's just the past I'm holding on to. Where's the fusion between the community and open source WordPress and Automattic, and someone to fortify all of these important pillars that hold us up? Guidance and leadership, not just vanity stats on a slide deck. When Automattic and WordPress wants to hear from non-developers, the non-developer crowd, and creators specifically, Anne McCarthy comes knocking on my door. She's bridging a communication gap, and I thank her for her efforts. Rich Tabor regularly pings me to ask about Gutenberg stuff. Woo has a fleet of people that I can chat with about WooCommerce, and I'm not even selling anything. The last address to the community on the Make blog from the executive director was back in November 2024. All other posts have been strictly operational, in my opinion. It's possible the executive director role is less about community and communication and more about drawing the lines between WordPress, the product, and WordPress, the open source tool. Ripping the Band-Aid off was part of my prediction this year anyway. Matt Mullenweg. For all of his faults and criticism, I do believe he wants open source to win. He has a desire to push people to publish and own their own corner of the internet, and he doesn't really even force it to be on WordPress.com or Automattic products. If it were me, you better believe I'd be telling you the best place to do this is using my stuff. It's hard for me to put words to it, but I think it's 80% wanting WordPress and open source to win, and 20% how can Automattic become this commercial juggernaut behind it. And I think that's where he really struggles, and then that friction bears onto us in the community. There's a moment on the AI panel where Mary tees up a softball closing question to him, and he just passes. A more enterprising CEO would have had a call to action or a more capitalistic take. Or maybe he was just tired. Maybe I'm just being naive. He's still pushing for WordPress to be the easiest CMS to transfer to, or the gold standard as he puts it, shining light on data liberation again through the lens of the new WordPress importer that now lets you rewrite URLs on import. Short of commenting on future collaboration features of WordPress 7 and taking a seat on that AI panel, there wasn't much what's next from Matt this year. WordPress and AI. WordPress' role in the AI era has so much to talk about, but with so little to show. Hold your criticism horses. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. This stuff is moving fast. We don't have a standard of any of it yet, and we're talking about rewriting a 20-year-old piece of software to meet technology, which is basically being powered by investors' hopes and dreams. Traces of it are beginning to appear with the AI Experiments plugin showing up in the repo. Match that up with the new Abilities API in 6.9, sprinkle in a dash of WooCommerce MCP, and we've got the fixins for a holiday punch that will surely get you in the spirit. Like the 12 months of WordPress releases, the AI stuff that James LePage and team are producing set the foundation for a future of WordPress with AI in it. Sure, it's early, but the team just got started 6 months ago. I know that because that's one of the blog posts the executive director wrote. WordPress wins. We continue to see the dominance of WordPress, which is awesome. 43% of the web, 60% of the CMS market, 49.4% of the top 10,000 websites globally, and WooCommerce runs on 8.9% of all websites. It's truly amazing. Highlighting the broadening adoption of WordPress around the globe, and especially in traditional education programs, should signal that WordPress still has a lot of opportunity ahead. Really excited for WordPress's future, especially WooCommerce. I've been speaking to a lot of people that are on the outside of WordPress looking in to invest in the space. They're looking to acquire products, agencies, or service businesses. When they ask about the opportunity, to me, it's two areas. WooCommerce, number one, feels like it's just getting started. Lots of headroom here, and I think the team is doing great work, which might not be getting enough credit. Building with WordPress will be great again. As much as the naysayers fill your extreme or toxic Facebook groups, there's a revived feeling of interest in building with WordPress. We'll see that resurgence of agency work again. While we might not be getting shiny new toys this year, 6.9 feeling a bit flat, I know it's all setting the groundwork for something better. Look at where we've come over the past year. Scorched earth ending 2024, court cases and tons of trademark issues, automatic stop major contributions, community felt collapse, real-world economic uncertainty, and layoffs. Give yourself and WordPress some grace as you reflect. The back half of this year did trend to a more positive outcome than I had imagined it would, given how we ended 2024 and started this year. WordPress faced real weighted challenges. It still does. And while the ball is mostly in Automatic's court to correct, I give them credit for realigning before the ball drops. I know WordPress 6.9 is less than 24 hours old, but I'm already looking forward to what's next in 7.0 and beyond. What about you? Thanks for listening to the WP Minute, part of the Matt Report Media Network. This episode wouldn't be possible without our amazing pillar sponsors, Pressable, Kinsta, GoDaddy, 20i, and Elementor. These brands are supporting WordPress media and helping us invest in your future as a WordPress professional. Our Foundation Plus sponsors like Hostinger, Big Scoots, Stellar WP, Personalized WP, Weglot, and PatchStack help us keep the lights on. Thanks to all of our members in the WP Minute Slack channel, which you can join too. Head on over to thewpminute.com/support to get access. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to hit the share button or tell a friend about this podcast. See you in the next one.